我们就继续聊天就好了，没关系，反正都是朋友，很多朋友会进来。
对。
哎，大家晚上好。Good evening。
对，我这可以看了。
Good morning。
Good evening from Malaysia, and good morning to our friends in the US.
Jamason。
Hey. Hey, hello.
Hello。
Annie。哦，正环来了。哎呀，正环这个是佛系啊。正环是佛系啊。正环最近怎么样？
你要看他有没有瘦了，每个人看到他 MCO 之后，不然很瘦了。
我旁边的 iPad 我看着，昂方静 ，Welcome。
Hello， Hi， 方静。
还是这个 live comments 走得快一点嘛。
Yes。
这个是 C 副对吧？这个
CYD，Yes CYD， Hi。
C 副很厉害，街拍高手啊。
Black and White 的Black and White kaki。
C 副好。嘿 ，Annie， 怎么样？走很多地方了，又开始走了，又开始旅行了。
没有 ，OK， 你的电话。
Marcus， 你的叶问怎么样？叶问
，Marcus， 今晚你有什么要问 ？Is there anything you want to ask? Or shall I ask you, Marcus? Annie Sue, thank you very much.
Annie 好。
Kokyo， 这是
Hello Alex
图案设计大师啊，就是又不见。
Shasni, I miss you.
Kokyo 很有设计感的。
呀，对
吧？很有设计感的。黑白图案构成很有感觉的那种。
Good, Marcus.
Marcus， 你提出一个很严重的问题。哇，老 Win， 香港过来的，老 Win， 你好啊，老 Win 你好。
Hi Shasni， Hi Stephen。
Hey。Shasni, hi, hello, Shasni. Haven't seen you for a long time.
Yeah lah.
Yes.
Do you have anything good from last award winning? Marcus, the 11th.
Shasni, we want to see you again at the KLPF this year.
Fly to Chicago. I'm your host. Even though don't fly now, it's a little bit tricky now. So anytime when everything calm down, come to Chicago. Of course, I remember you, Shasni.
Of course. Hi, Mingjia. Hi, Alex Fong. Okay, we're looking forward.
Mingjia, did you graduate already? Have you done your graduate program? Yeah, Shasni, that's right. COVID gets better. Never get better. We just need a social stability. Hey, Elena. Wow, Elena. You are so energetic. I need to follow unfortunately, your morning, my evening. Otherwise, I will get up early, exercise with you together.
You don't have to sleep.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Minja, congratulations. little bit colors. That's good. We need the colors.
Yeah. Yes. Hi, Lai. Mr. Lai.
All
Hi,
right.
Lai.
Good evening. Oh, Elena, we love you too.
Yeah, Elena. That's what Elena.
Mm.
Elena now become a master of yoga, exercise, and cooking, everything. Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Hi,
Hi,
Peter.
Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Peter yet. Everyone, Elena, happy to see you. See who? See me? See Ken or see Jessica? Probably not see me.
Mm. It must be
Right?
you.
Elena, you hate to see me.
Yeah, somebody hate to see you. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,是 sure. Rachel. 那个 Rachel 她上次听了你的讲评之后，伤心了好久。
是吗？
啊，对呀、
哪个奖杯使他那么伤心？ Oh, your way, my brother Terry.
Hi Terry.
Hey, my brother Terry. God, Terry. Hopefully next year when I come, I will become a grandfather.
Oh, no. Oh. Hi, Kok Siong.
Hi, Singapore.
Okay. Elena, thank you so much. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many hearts? Hey, Mingjie. Wow. Mingjie.
Yeah, 校长.
Hey, 校长.
校长. Yes, 校长. The principal. Honorary.
The principal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Principal for in Emeritus.
Oh, Marcus, thank you for sharing. Okay. Oh, everyone. Yeah, I hope you will share. Everyone else, will you share? Help us share this out. Yeah.
Who are you? I'm not that good. I'm locked in the place for 3 months. That's why today you gave me a chance to talk. I haven't talked for 3 months. Only for KLPF. Okay, Minjie, thank you so much for KLPF. Some people
hello,
I don't know. So hopefully we'll meet everyone again.
Kylie, how are you?
Daniel.
Richly.
Oh, seafood.
Thank you.
Seafood.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, just let's give a few seconds more and we start.
Okay.
So it's 9:04. Okay, we will not punish the early birds. Okay, right.
Yeah, we will have a gift for early birds, right?
What's that? A flight from Jamason?
Free round trip ticket to Chicago. Lottery. It's not everyone.
Oh. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight on this live session from Kuala Lumpur Photography Festival. And this year we are going online and we will be known as Kuala Lumpur Photography Online Festival. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we are going to have a conversation with our guest, Mr. Jamason Chen. He is the clinical professor from Loyola University, Chicago. I think, yes. I think most of you or some of you would have seen him at our Kuala Lumpur Photography Festival last year and the year before. Okay. Okay, I hope you will stay till the end of our session tonight because I'm going to give you some updates, all right, about the Kuala Lumpur Photography Festival, okay? Because this is the first year we are doing this festival online. So we will have, actually everything is new because we are in the new normal now. So we have a lot of new things that I have to share with you so that you will get used to it and we'll have a wonderful time together at the festival. So remember, our festival is 19 August to 19 September. It is a one-month festival. It's a fiesta, I'm sure. All right. So this year, our theme exhibition is Art of Cultures. Okay. And we have already received quite some substantial work submitted to us. We would like to encourage more people to participate. And that's what tonight we'll discuss. And as we go on, our future sessions also, we will discuss other topics that we are going to exhibit at the Kuala Lumpur Photography Festival. Okay, we hope everyone will have some good ideas about this topic. Okay, now to start off this conversation, okay, shall I invite Mr. Jamason to share your idea?
Yeah. Okay, so thank you everyone, and I know many of my friends are here, and because we have people who don't speak Chinese, so our Chinese and English mixed together. So
Yes.
It's a very interesting subject this year called Art of Cultures. Now, I think especially in this moment, we need art, and also we need to look at multiple different cultures. Because for me, I was thinking, last night I didn't really sleep that well, because I was thinking, it's a very big topic. What is art? So there is a book. It's a classic book called Story of Art. So talk about this art from ancient age to now. What the meaning of art? What the function of art in our society, in our human history. And I have another book called Japan in Art History. So this will give perspective of what art means as a subject. Second, art, photography, called photographic art. So photography, people always argue, is photography art? So people say, one side said, no, photography is not art because that's a machine replication. You just press the button. Art must be creative. But on the other side, said photography is art because photography never be easily just press the button you get. Actually, everything goes through your mind. What you think, your cultural background, your history, all these come together to your fingers, then you press the button. So now the subject come to art of cultures. First, cultures. So culture is a very complicated concept. What is culture? Probably everyone could tell. A lot of things you can call culture. There's a culture also in the agriculture, right? You call agriculture. So that's a farmers. So agriculture, including culture, and also culture in agriculture has another meaning. And also culture, there's another word called a cultivation. So it's related to culture as well. So culture usually take a long time to cultivate it, become a social norm or a behavior through all different forms. So now I want to give some examples. That's not the perfect best examples, but I just want to show quickly because I sorted up some of my pictures yesterday, then put something together. Maybe we could have a conversation, inspire with each other. That's what I like, inspire each other through our conversation. So first, in Chinese, we always say 衣食住行, right? Dressing, eating, living, and traveling or commuting. So these are our basics of daily life. These are cultures. So I want to share with you my images to initiate this conversation. Okay, I might need to click on my share screen. Let me see, application window. Okay, Now I'm sharing. Can people see it?
Let me put this in. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
so,
we can see you.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me go to. Okay. So first, I want to mention this street scenes. We like to travel. So everywhere you go, then you would like to take a pictures. So, oh, wait a second. Okay.
Wait a second, Jamason.
Yeah.
You should share the projected picture.
Oh, okay.
You should share the projected picture.
Oh,
now you,
okay.
Yeah,
I
you
know,
stop.
I know
Yes.
what I'm doing. Okay.
Right.
I thought that's something I was doing
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, you should share the projected picture, not the
Okay.
not the folder.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Now, do I still share? Sorry. Oh no, I didn't share. Okay. Now
Yeah.
let me share.
Yes, you are here.
Is it good?
Are you still sharing the folder?
No, I share. Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay.
It's like sure. All
Okay.
right.
No, I have it. Okay. So first, we travel. Everyone loves travel, especially for Malaysia. I was in Kuala Lumpur. I find everyone loves travel, and I don't think anyone will say. I know someone say I don't like travel. So first, I want to give several examples of street scenes, or people call street photography, or called what they call in Chinese they call 街拍. So street scenes, is that the culture? If that's a culture, is there any art? When you look at a street photography, you will find. So first, street scenes. So this is the first one. I think a little bit delayed. So I will wait till Facebook come up. Otherwise, people don't see the picture. Okay.
No, it's all right, Jamason.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Okay. So this is the one I photographed in New York. I think that probably would be, that's 20 years ago. So everyone go to New York. You know what is the specialty in New York? You walk on the street, you definitely need to buy their street food. Hot dogs. That's a very, very famous New York street hot dogs. So then that was my first time went to New York. That's what I saw. So you know, New York is a melting pot that they call. So that whatever, a lot of people from around the world, and then what they do in different positions. What is the symbol of New York? Statue of Liberty. But Statue of Liberty is just a symbol. So this is one street shot. I was in New York. Probably everyone, you can tell when you travel, when you walk, you will see something in your mind. It's, oh, that's what is my imagined. That's what I learned New York or Paris or whatever should look like. But on the other hand, something beyond your imagination. God, I never thought about it. So that's New York. Everyone you go to New York, you will see something. You will find the symbol on the street to reflect whatever you imagine. So probably many people went to China too. So this is my hometown, Shanghai. And in Shanghai, this is the bond along the Huangpu River. When you see this, it's so romantic. Actually, as a native Shanghainese, I grew up in the city. I know this bond used to be called the love bond. So during Cultural Revolution or before China opened the economy market, people don't live in very small space. So when they date, they have nowhere to go. Then where they were to go along the Huangpu River, especially in the summer. It's so romantic. Couple next to each other, less than a social distancing, less than 6 feet or 1.5 meters. People will be that close, but never interfere with each other. Every couple fall in love. So that's what the story of a bond. That's the culture of bond. So if you know or you see the movies, that's what I know, or I can see why the bond is so famous. The next one is not in Asia. And you travel, right? I travel not that much. I don't think I travel that much as King or Jessica or anyone here. So this photo I took in Berlin. So the history of Berlin, everyone knows. That's what fascinated me of this history of the city or history of Germany through the wars. So you know, if you went to Berlin, you know where this is. That was former Checkpoint Charlie. So Checkpoint Charlie is the most famous iconic site. Then after the Cold War, then the curtain is down. Checkpoint Charlie become iconic of tourist spot. However, the sign is still there to remind people where the war was. And I was there in the morning. I walked by, I saw the truck. So what does the Coca-Cola means? If you travel around the world, you know what Coca-Cola means to the world. From culture to consumerism to everything. So when the Coca-Cola truck drive by, the street used to be the war. You know, when the war is down, something is up. What is up? Capitalism, consumerism, take over. So a lot of things just brought me to this kind of thinking. So the next one also, it was in Berlin too. You know, Berlin separated to East and West. Always amazed by the history, how the city could be separated by a war to different parts, how people travel from East to West and from West Berlin then to the West Germany across East. So this is one restaurant, very famous Moscow restaurant. I think it's called Karl Marx Boulevard in Berlin. So if you read a story, I read a story about one scholar visit East Berlin during the Cold War, brought a book for his East Berlin colleague. They met in Moscow restaurant. They're talking about literature. They're talking about the history. They're talking about the global politics. I was thinking, God, it's still there, the Moscow restaurant. So these are the street shots when you travel everywhere. It's not just see the beauties, and also you see the history. And also the history sometimes is not really sweet. Sometimes it's a painful. It's a leftover. Then you look at it, then you think, will we still do the same thing again? Or what will left for our next generation? So this is in Chicago. Chicago, that's not far from where I live, 2 blocks away, a tunnel from the street to the lakefront. So that day I walk by, then I look through the tunnel, I see the painting. If you were in Chicago or recently, if you look at it, the stories about US, specifically in Chicago, you know how the racial segregation and the racial conflict in the city of Chicago. So I took that picture. I took it with the film.
That is another aspect of culture, Ms. Jamason.
What?
That is another aspect of culture.
Right. The culture is a very diverse, right? It's not say the happy or sweet. So this is in Hong Kong. Oh no, in Taiwan. That's in Kaohsiung. Everyone knows Kaohsiung, right? Yeah, so this is a Kaohsiung. I walk around. I love Taiwan, especially the diversity, the history, something you never see any places. So this is where I took the picture and I called it the Book Society. And on this other side is the street food court. There's another type of a very local culture. I think probably, I never see in other places. That makes me to think, would the combination, would the lost, would the gain? So this is in Chiayi, Taiwan. That's what I saw, this very interesting billboard. I never saw this type of a billboard in US, at least, with the political campaign and the commercial advertising, and will live together. And also, it's a very big political campaign signs. So this is a very typical kind of a current Taiwanese culture. And I don't want to criticize the culture or whatever. I think that's a very unique. So next is also on the street, right? We love street photography. So besides we see the street, we see all these, and also on the street, there are a lot of signs, symbols. So this section, I want to show some street posters. This is in Chinatown. Yeah.
Jamason, I believe you will inspire a lot of people to think differently now.
Okay.
Yeah. A totally a different perspective of the art of culture.
Okay. Do I take too much time? Should I stop now?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will go a little bit faster. I will go a little bit faster because
no problem. Take your time.
No problem.
Worry.
If you have time.
Yeah, no rush.
This is the only chance before 20th of June. More interesting work. So this is Empress of China in San Francisco, Chinatown. I just by first, of course, as a photography, the light always played a major role, and also the graphic, the science. This is in the University of Minnesota when I was there. So that was let me see. This is the first Obama campaign, not the second. First Obama campaign.
Minnesota is very famous now.
Right. I lived there for 10 years. That's the neighborhood I used to live. Now currently become a battle zone. I don't want to touch that topic. It's too much. So this is the political, compared to Taiwan, right? I just showed the Taiwan political campaign on the street, big billboard, the signs. You see, America, that's how the campaign poster everywhere, flyers everywhere, but no big billboard. So this is another picture I took. No, you cannot really tell where is it, right? I can tell you.
No.
This is you cannot tell this is black and white or color. Actually, this is a color photo. This was in Paris. And it's just across the street from the train station. What is the train station? I forgot. So I walked by. I saw this picture on the pillar. First, I think that's probably look for missing kid. But I look around, there's no message. Then I thought, what is this? And also, it's not beautiful print black and white photo. Actually, it's a low quality laser print. So then I thought, you see the face, you see the smile. I thought it's so genuine. Probably that's not for missing kid. It's some signs to show in the city. So I just took that picture. How to understand it? Everyone sees it. Probably will give a different interpretation. So this is another one I took in Tanzania. And Africa has a different kind of a culture, right? Pepsi, Coca-Cola, everywhere you see the red. I will show something.
Yeah.
So this is what I saw. Different from other countries. So this was in Japan. I walked by. I thought, wow, that's a very typical kind of Japanese culture, right? The young girl and the signs, very fashion, very trendy. So this was in Louisiana, in New Orleans. So that morning, before I left, I had a breakfast, walk on the street, I saw the sign. Can people read the sign? What the sign said? Please let your kids play with me. My skin color is not contagious and it doesn't make me a bad kid. You can tell if you look at the history of the US, especially in South, the slavery, then you can tell the colors, the racial conflicts, all these. This is the pledge. Pray, people. Hey, you can tell, because that's a history behind it. If you walk by, you don't pay attention. It's just walk by. If you look at it, then you stand in New Orleans, then you feel you're kind of like not just watch a show. You live in the show. So that's what when you travel, you go somewhere try to be insider, try to live in the show, to find the symbol or the cultural, the art reflect the culture. So this is in Kaohsiung too. I walked by, I thought, wow, Huang Shan, there's a master, right? The painter called himself master. Then Huang Shan, where's the Huang Shan? That's a mainland China. So then everything come together. Then the workshop is in Taichung. Then, you know, if you put all these together, you feel it's so complicated sometimes. The cultural and the politics and arts come together. What will bring up and what we need. So this is in Kaohsiung too. I shot this picture. I sit in the restaurant at my dinner. So look through this sign, this billboard, just on the other side of the alley. It's a very tiny alley. So I look at it, I thought, wow, she's looking at me, make me so nervous. This type of sometime, you know, commercial culture you will see everywhere, but I don't really see this type of, you can see in some, at least I didn't see this type of a big bra or woman clothes advertising billboard in the US next to the restaurant, I can see. So then the next is about the stores. The stores also, when you travel, when you walk, and when you do street photography, that's another subject. So this is the store. I will see quickly because the time delay, thanks to the internet, we still have a delay, right? And also, of course, on the other hand, you need to think we have now 13-hour time difference, so delay is legitimate, right? Yeah. So this storefront is in Tanzania. It's not in the big city, in a very small town. I was in the university, just walk out. I just saw, you see, Africa love this red color because red, Coca-Cola is red. So Coca-Cola has a big meaning. It's not just a drink. It's part of the culture or the kind of what we call or Western or civilized culture when you have a Coca-Cola. So they use the red, and also you see whatever the clothes, the signs. This was in Seoul, Korea. When I saw this cafe, CNN Cafe, I thought, oh, wait a second, God, wait a second. CNN had a cafe? I never saw CNN Cafe in the US. I saw this in Korea. I thought, wait a second, is this really CNN authorized the cafe, or they just use CNN? What does CNN mean? It's not just the news channel. It's a consumerism. You consume this brand name. So now that makes me think the brand name actually way beyond the product they provide. The brand name become a commodity. I think once I was in Kuala Lumpur, I saw a clothing store called Coca-Cola. I think the name, yeah, the brand is Coca-Cola. I thought, wait a second, I never saw Coca-Cola brand in the US. So I had one picture taken, I didn't really choose. Then also I was in Barcelona, I saw one restaurant called NBA restaurant. I said, wait a second, I never saw NBA restaurant. I know Michael Jordan's Steakhouse in Chicago. And I never know there's an NBA restaurant. So something you see, American cultural symbol become a global commercial commodity. Then what does Americanization mean? This is a grocery store. I love to photograph grocery store everywhere I go because you can see how they display. That's a street corner neighborhood. It's not supermarket. You can tell how local people consume, to buy, to live. This is the coffee cafe. This is in Morocco. What is the Casablanca? This is in Casablanca. So probably some of you know Mad Men, right? Mad Men is a TV show, American sitcom TV show about advertising business. So now Mad Men become a brand of this cafe, just like a CNN cafe now become Mad Men Cafe. So why is a Mad Men Cafe? that's an American TV show. I'm not quite sure how many people saw this show, but definitely that means something. It's kind of a cultural or globalization or equal to consumerism or Americanization. So is that part of the culture? For sure. Globalization is the culture. When the culture globalized, what can we find the localize the culture as well? So when you travel, then when you try to find culture, you will discover part of the culture you see. It's a globalization culture, like the monuments. You go to Paris, you photograph Eiffel Tower. That looks like an Eiffel Tower in Paris. Beautiful. But Eiffel Tower is another type of globalization culture. You can see mini Eiffel Tower in Las Vegas. You can see mini Eiffel Tower in China. So that become a commodity. So this is part of the culture too. So the next is store windows. That's another subject that when you travel, when you walk on the street, you still can see. So this is the window store, the clothing store in, oh, okay, give a second. It's a time traveling. So this is the clothing store window display in Krakow, in Poland. You can see now the clothing store, especially as called fashion display, window display, become another type of art, another type of cultural symbolization. So this is something very low. You don't really see all the clothes put together, squeezed together, just show what they sell. It's not say what they mean to you when you put dress up. But you still can see some kind of a design with American symbol on it. This is the store. I think it's a laundry store in Casablanca. That amazed me is this Mickey Mouse. So Mickey Mouse now travel to everywhere. Everyone loved to have a Mickey Mouse as their symbol. Then Mickey Mouse was born in the US, now live in the globe. What is that part of the culture? Yes, now we live with. So this is the photograph I took in Cleveland, Ohio. I went there for a conference. Then I need to find a Chinese restaurant. So this is a Chinese grocery store window I saw. You can tell right now China become global, move to globe. Then you can find anything. They call the renowned Chinese brand with global operations. Gradually, I don't know if this symbol will become another Mickey Mouse. So there's another wave of the globalization become a localization, or to merge together. They call the what do they call? Whatever the term they call. So this is the window stores when you travel. You also see reflect the culture, right? This is the Chinatown, and also Chinatown shows something. Also means the Chinese brand will become a global brand.
Yeah.
So this is another window also in Cleveland. I walked by a bar. So I saw these two angels. It's so beautiful. I just took a picture. Oh, yeah, you see now. Sorry. So this is the window from a bar. Very small, teeny tiny, very local bar in Cleveland. A shitty neighborhood. So next thing, food. God, the food. We love food, and no one will hate food. I come to KL, 50% reason, of course, not 50. 50% reason is for the food. Because the food,
it's another very
right?
True culture.
Right, we travel. We always look for the food because food reflects the culture. So this is very simple. Breakfast in Paris. Downstairs, the hotel I live on the street corner. In the morning, I just walk there. Very typical. I think 2.5 euros. One croissant, one coffee, one bottle of water. Then in France, probably you could tell. If you say, I want to have a coffee, that's the coffee. If you say, I want Americana, then they just pour this coffee into the glass, then fill the water, then become Americana. Otherwise, they say, I want to have a coffee. That's the coffee. So simple, typical. When you see the design, you know, oh, well, that's a very, very French. I don't want to, if I don't say it, you can tell where is this. Definitely it's a Japan. So that's in Shibuya. I had a lunch there because I had to run to the city for several hours, then run away. Then I had a very, very simple, right? But very typical Japanese. Right? Oh, hold on. Wait a second. I moved too fast because on my computer.
Oh, wait a second, Jamason.
Yeah.
Someone is asking you, are you not, is there no kopi O for you?
And now you see the multiple small plates, right? So you can tell where is this. Definitely that's not in France for sure. So this is, Terry asked me kopi O. Where's kopi O? Kopi O in my stomach. Kopi O is in my body. So this is in Korea. That was in the lunchtime. I went there, then I said, I don't really know what I want to order because of the sign with the Koreans. I said, I just want lunch. I don't know, I speak English. I don't know the owner understands. She just pointed me, sit down, pull all these small dishes together, then walk away, play the cards with her friends. So I had this one at my lunch. When I'm down, I thought, okay, now I'm waiting for the main course. Then she come over, point it, say, okay, how much it will be? I said, wait a second, and that's it? That's actually Korean food, very classic. So now with the food photographs, everyone loves photograph food, right? Especially with a cell phone, you take a picture before you eat. Then the restaurant. Restaurant is another symbol. Food is a culture, right? No one will argue, say food is not culture. So where is the artist to create the food? Or the workshop to create this food as art? That's a restaurant. That's a chef. Restaurant, actually, very typical. It's not, say, a fancy restaurant. That night I was in Narita Airport. I missed my next flight. So I was in the hotel. Then I was hungry. Hotel restaurant closed. Then I took a shuttle bus to Narita town. Then walked into this restaurant. Had a glass of beer and one ramen. So I took this photograph. I thought that's how the food was made, and how warm. We always talk about midnight kitchen or midnight diner. So this is true midnight diner. This is in Korea. A friend of mine took me there because he grew up in that neighborhood. So we had a dinner over there. Then this is how they make dinner. I thought, God, that's what I love. Like in Malaysia, right? I think once Kim and I went to the street food court very late. We ate there till everyone come. Yeah. Then Kim took a picture and said, this is the loner. So I was there. So that's how we love street food, because street food really reflects the culture, and also the food itself is art. I believe I will mention this. That's what I love. Xiao Chen. I'm not quite sure. Xiao Chen is in the conversation now. Xiao Chen had a book called "Dama Wei Dao," Malaysian, the Taste of Malaysia. The book, and the book itself. I think. Let me see. Let me show the book.
Yeah, this is the first issue. Yeah.
Right. So the first issue, the book is there. Okay. Yeah. So the book, I love this book because the book is not just tell me what the food is, tell me how the food was made, where is the history from, especially a lot of family food from ancestors or from grandparents. So this is part of food is art too. Then the other is people. So I saw a slogan from a media company. They call the slogan, I love it, called when you see the world, you see the humans. When you see the humans, you see the stories. So what are the stories? Stories about the local culture and also how they present, you can take them as art. You can tell where oh, hold on, wait a second, people. Yeah, so basically when you travel, you love to see people because people are different from you, from their dressing, from their walking, and from everywhere. So this was the picture I took in Shibuya. You know, Shibuya is a very trendy for young people in Japan. So I just saw this group of young girls come out. I said, can I take a picture of you? They said, sure. So then they just stood there. I took a picture. Next one. So that's a Shibuya, right? If you go to Japan, go to Tokyo. If you don't go to Shibuya, you will miss. You will see the culture mixed. And also, you know, the young people across the globe almost have the same feeling, same kind of a taste. This is in Korea. I walked by this, I saw this group of young girls. I walked in. I said, can I take a picture of you? Because I think that's a very typical Korean dress. And then they said, sure. You know, in China now, I think in Malaysia too, they call it, what they ever call the Han dress become a trending. A lot of young people like to wear Han style dress. So is that part of kind of a cultural reflection? Try to look for the origin of the culture, even though that might be misleading. But everyone has their mind in their, they think, what would be the symbol or icon to show so-called culture? Actually, culture is not that simple with one dress or one smile. So then the other two will be additional. Take a little bit time because, you know, now you see the people, you see the street, you see the front, you see street photography, everything you walk, you will see. If you discover, you photograph, then you have them. So these two, I give examples are not really street photography, but when you go somewhere, do something, you will incidentally or spontaneously to discover the graphic and also something meaningful in the graphic, specifically in that community. So this photograph was I took in Trinity. I think I called Trinity United Christ Church in south of Chicago. I went there with the students to do a project. So I looked down. I saw this design, and also if you read the has a writing on it. So if you know history of Chicago and the current situation of Chicago and the neighborhoods, then you will discover a lot of interesting meaning behind it. Of course, this first is the art. So this is another photograph you will see. So besides the whole environment design, then the other is a pop culture. Pop culture we live with now. So this is very typical, right? I think everywhere. This is in my friend home in the Thanksgiving. I went there. My friend invited me Thanksgiving. You know, usually Thanksgiving you have a barbecue, then you have a food, then you watch TV. But you can see these four people. The TV is on. No one watch TV. Everyone, it's on their smartphone. This is type of another culture you could discover, especially now quarantine time. You sit home, you're on the screen all the time. That gradually will become a screen culture. If you document now, this will become a new screen culture we live with, from ordering, teaching, learning, everything. Like now, we have a conversation. Instead of you can see the light is still dim. My picture is still dim, right? Because I think the rain's coming. So, so next is for bonus. Chicago is a big city.
Chicago.
Right? But Chicago, in some level, is not just a symbol, a local city. Chicago is the symbol of culture. So this is called a Chicago Steakhouse. Where is it? That's in Germany, in Cologne, Germany. Chicago, they name it Chicago Steakhouse. It's not just Chicago famous for the meat, because Chicago is very famous for the meat industry. And this is Chicago Jazz Club, because Chicago is famous for jazz as well. This is in Krakow, Poland. And not just jazz. Chicago is kind of a pop. This is in Tokyo. When I saw this, I thought, wait a second. When did Chicago go with this palm trees and Hawaii things? But people just think that's America. Chicago is American city. Then flights, all of these things. It's not just exotic Chicago. And this is original Chicago in Seoul of Korea. I don't really know what original Chicago means. So these are my sharing, and I just want to say this. When you look at it, maybe this competition called Art of Cultures is not the ending of your photography project. That might be the project. Now, if you saw your pictures, you probably could go the same way. You took a lot of street photographs when you travel. Maybe you saw them. Where are the people? Where are the street scenes? Where are the store scenes? Categorize them. Then you can see each category reflect a certain angle of the culture. And each category will have its own, because when you press the button, you frame it, in your picture, something it's meaningful culturally.
Yeah.
Culturally meaningful, that means that's become art, because art is the abstract of general scene. So now I think it's a beginning of your project, because I know a lot of you are photographers. You photograph a lot. What are the next step? Still keeping photographs, then put everything in the hard drive, or especially now you cannot travel that much. You put them together. Maybe you could consult with the PCP. See how PCP could help to publish your own book. It's not just say the travel book. Actually, it's the culture of your traveling, the world culture through your eyes. So basically, that's my sharing, and I stop here. I know I haven't talked too long. I talk too much. People hate me. My students always say he talked too much. So
no,
shut up, quiet. It's very dark now. The rain is coming. Okay, I stop sharing. I will take questions after. Thank you very much for everyone.
Yeah, you're very inspiring, Jamason. So you have opened up a really different perspective of looking at culture. Now, I would like to invite here Mr. Kim Teoh, the founder of Kuala Lumpur Photography Festival. Would you like to challenge Jamason?
No. Tonight I have nothing to share, because I just been here for chit chat 而已。我今晚是来聊天的，我今晚是来听课的我今晚是来听建中讲课的，所以你看
哪里？
因为我在吉隆坡摄影节这么多年，你知道吗？我根本没有时间好好停下来就听你讲课的，我觉得很棒。It's very good, thank you.
Yes, tonight is really a very good lecture from you, Jamason. It really opens my eyes, looking at culture very, very differently. This is a very contemporary sense and perspective, I would say.
That's true. It's very difficult to define what is the culture. Just like once I remember Kuala Lumpur photography contest subject called Hope. Yeah. So if the name is more abstract, then you implement of or you visualize it, it's more complicated. If you say tiger in the zoo, that's a competition. That's easy. You take a camera, you go to the zoo, you take a pictures of tiger. But now you said art of cultures. Art is a very broad definition. Cultures even broader. So the art reflects the cultures. That is on the different society. If you don't understand that society, then you cannot catch what the culture means. Right? The food, actually, that's why, the other book is King Teoh. I'm not saying I'm
Hey.
putting right? Akinabalu.
Akinabalu.
That book really struck me. The first, he said, when I see the mountain, I thought I see the heaven. Then I imagine see the heaven. I can imagine I'm close to my mother. So it's a very personal, touching. It's not just say the mountain. Everything's very personal. It's also, that's what I love. That's what it said. We see the world. We see people. We see people, or we see humans. We see humans. We see stories. So this is the mountain.
Yes, exactly. That's why I invite you here, Jamason. You really
so
put me on a different level looking at it.
Otherwise, I would try to fly there and have a dinner.
Yeah, and this is what we want to inspire our photographers here to look at this topic, art of cultures, from the widest, at its widest sense. Okay, not just things that are so traditional. Okay, let me put a little summary. Okay, so this is our, okay, just a little bit, give me a little bit time to do some promotion. I need the participation submission deadline is 20th June. Okay, I'd like everybody to take note. It's 20th June. Okay, I hope that you will be inspired after tonight or tomorrow or this morning in the US, right? About this theme. Okay, those who have submitted, don't worry. If you think you are inspired by Jamason, okay, you are free to submit again. Okay, you can look at things very differently. Okay, just a little summary on what's our conversation today. So we are trying to look at what is the art of cultures, to interpret it at its widest sense. Okay, now I think we all agree, art is really, it is presence, it's omnipresence, and shapes our character and culture of society. If you look at it, I'm very glad, Jamason, you spoke on this part that I don't have to do. The last sentence I said, lives, is about lifestyle, whether it's traditional or it's contemporary, and you share this part very well. Okay, and let us look at this topic from what is the idea in their society, what and customs, social behaviors. These are all that shapes the culture of our society. Okay, Mr. Kim, do you have any questions?
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me just. I have a small collection from our library. Okay, our PCP library. So, see, this is the kind of the lifestyle of people in Nepal, right? They have things that hang around in the window. If you look at wherever we go, we look at people's house, we look at the windows. Windows often give us the character of the people and the culture in that community, right? And just this is some ancient sites. This is in Machu Picchu, I think. So how people stack the stones and how they do it. It's not just a simple technique of stacking the stones, right? Yeah, I want to take a short break. I see here Shah, my friend Shah, Abang Shah, seni membentuk karakter. Oh yes, thank you very much for joining us, Shah. Okay, and I would like to go on. Okay, also still in Peru, where even making the this is a kind of silo that they built for these their ancestors, the ancient kind of burial place, but yet they still they stack the stones very very nicely in a very artistic way. So yeah, how they carve out from nature. Okay, this is just the red sandstone mountain in Chile, Atacama. Just how it's been culture has been reflected, in nature, and the people who do it. Okay, so and also look at the way they this is from Tibet, the way they display these prayer flags. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I have this jumbled up because I just picked them up as and when from the library. Yes. Okay. This is another window drawing some materials. Okay. Right. Now, these people from this is from Bolivia, La Paz. Yes, the people. If you look at one unit by itself, it is a house. It is just a house. But if you look at the city from a whole, look at the culture of their living. They, every inch of the hillside, the mountain is being occupied, and it is a tapestry by itself, right? Okay, this is also from I think it's from Cusco. Okay, this is from Lake Titicaca. So the art of the culture is being weaved into their what do you call it, the tapestry, right? This is in the mountains on the way to Puno. Right. Yeah, this is what I also covered just now. The rocks that have been stacked so well, and every inch of it is well fit into the rocks. And look at the art of their carving, art of carving the stone and fitting the stone. And you can count, there are 12 angles in this stone. It's really an amazing kind of a way that people carry in their lifestyle. This is very local in Malaysia. All right, how they live, how they is inside a traditional house. Okay, the Chinese, the setup would normally have an altar. Okay, and this is quite unique in the sense they even have the bird cage in the house. If you look at this, how the old people like to sit down on this armchair. We call this a lazy chair. You look at this lady who's sitting down there and having conversation with neighbors or with relatives. This is the culture of the kampong people. Okay. Also look at this kind of old houses. And these words here, okay, how to read them? The top character says is east, and the bottom is a number. Yeah, I know this, even though I don't know Chinese well, but I know this because I used to have these things in my old house. My father used to have this. The Chinese were right. Is number 1, 2, 3, 4. How many pieces of wood they have to slot in for the door, to cover the door. So this is a number. East means maybe it's on the right side. West is on the left side. So you have to match. These pieces of wood are carved really, very specifically to match, and in the door. It won't simply drop. This is what something. I think I used to help my father carry this kind of wooden dolls. It's really. I think this is in Puno, right?
Artitran. Lake
Oh,
Artitran.
Atitlan. Oh, this is in Guatemala, right? There was some. Yeah, I think it's an arts festival where they dress up in some of their legend characters. Okay. Oh, yeah. We fly back to Malaysia now. Look at this. Okay. We don't need to see the face, but we look at the gesture, the hand gesture. It is good enough to tell you whose culture it is. All right. Yeah. And without actually using a front lighting. Okay, it's just a silhouette. Also, we are able to tell the story. Okay, so we like to encourage people to look at the wider sense, any kind of sense that puts the art into the culture. Okay. We don't need to be very, very specific, but you can, as long as you can relate and you can tell the story, it is really good enough. Culture does not need to come from really very traditional way, but contemporary, it's still culture. Like, okay, this is in Easter Island, all right. This is also in, I believe, in Malaysia, right?
没有，就是台中。
This is Taichung 啊。
对，那台中。
The Rainbow Village.
上面看下来的，对。
The Rainbow. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it is the sidewalk. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now look at this. Is this culture? Mr. Kim, what do you think? Is this culture?
This is I think this is in Saint Anne 哦，你不给我们大家吗？ It's a Saint Anne festival， 那个大汉角的那个yeah， I think this is culture. Yes.
Yes.
It is
yes. Because even though it is contemporary, right? But it is still, it shows that what our people do, in this situation, in this festival, all right? A festival is also our culture, a culture of the people. Yeah, because it's one after another. This is Saint Anne's. It is also a culture, an annual pilgrimage of the Catholics to this church. Okay. All right. Yeah. You see, this is both a contemporary and a traditional, how to say, a blending, a combination. Why I say a contemporary and a traditional? All right. Then at the back is a very traditional and mosque in this is Bukhara. But in front here is very contemporary. This is a tea house or a coffee house, So people, if there are some people here, then this will be a communication of contemporary and traditional cultures. Okay. This is also another, some kind of a lifestyle and a festival. Yeah. Yeah, that was during a festival, right? So these sports are actually a lifestyle on the island, Bangkok Island. Okay.
他们
是什么？
新船下海，他们这个他们的那个新的船，刚刚建好的船。
And with all the ceremony, right? These the adat resam for the boats, new boats. Okay, there's a temple setting without actually putting the the deities and everything right up front, so we can look at it in every way. This is another tapestry of mountain living. Okay, this is in Kim
Sheta.
Okay, in Sichuan, China. Okay, where those monks and the nuns, they are these the village of the monks, is it? They
那
live
个
there.
是古明学院啊，应该是一个学院的，就是
The monastery.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, I believe this is Thailand.
Yep. Chiang Mai.
Yeah, yeah. Where this is the festival of festival of Lai Katong.
是不是来个的？
Sukhothai 是吧？
那个天灯节跟那什么节好像。
Sukhothai 那个
不是吧？那个是江麦。
宜宾。
对，江麦
宜宾 ，yeah. Right. This is from your kampong.
Bukit Mutajam. Yeah. 大视野。
So it is every 7th lunar month of the year. Okay, this is the festival where the Chinese believe that we have to respect, those people who are in the other world. Okay, this is back in Selangor. Why this is just a portrait, and we say this is the art of culture. Okay, you look at the portrait. This is a face mask, and we believe these people, they took a lot of effort. This is the Mameri tribe. They put in a lot of effort. They are very good carvers, craft, crafting this mask and weaving the hair all over. So this is a very, very unique culture of the indigenous people. Okay, then I believe that's about all I want to share. Okay, let me take a look at whether we have any questions.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw this. Yes, Seta is the Tibetan Buddhism. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, for those of you, I see a question here. Okay, I see a question here. Sifun, yes, hi, how are you? Okay, submission. Okay, all right, you like to know about the submission, huh? So we have these the procedures being shared on our Facebook. Okay, I will share with you the link later on. It's just basically that you can submit up to 20 images. Yeah, you can submit up to 20 images, and you just email to us, or you can upload to any cloud storage and send us the link. Then we will download for you, and this is free of charge. Okay. Okay, about the size of the photo. Okay, you can give us minimum size is 1980 times 1280 pixel. Okay, yeah. So everything is listed down there. I think I will get my editor. I'll get Zhen Huan to paste it here so that everybody can see what kind of photos image size we ask for. So you can just send to us. We will upload to this exhibition. Okay, this year it's free of charge, and who knows if you are selected. Okay, we will add you to the catalog. Okay. All right. I hope this is clear. So I see some other comments here. Tae Kok Siong says 很棒的分享哦，谢谢陈建中老师 ，Thank you. Oh, Martha Lee, how are you? 你好吗？Martha Lee 是立正。
Okay, Lo Kok Ho, you went, is let's say photography in Malaysia, new village, Xingchun, is it considered also art and culture? Yes, of course. Yeah, 可以接受。其实新村的照片算不算 art and culture？新村是一个生活，一个 lifestyle， 也是一个
Yes.
culture
Yes.
对的。
Yeah.
Yes.
When okay, I just want to jump into for local We's question. I think a new village, it's a very special phenomenon in Malaysia, especially the culture behind it. It's a very touching. Sometimes I read some articles, stories about this, what the colonial government did, and what the impact of this called the new village phenomenon impact on the whole kind of complicated post-colonial culture. So definitely, but it's a very complicated, sometimes culture and the political context into your project. You need to be very careful because it's very easy from current position to criticize the past. You probably better stand up, look at it as a historical and a cultural phenomenon instead of simply a political symbol. So I think that would bring people, that's what make people understand each other based on how you introduce the culture, how you present the different culture. It's not criticizing. So I think that's a very important. Like a quarantine at home, that culture from Dan to Fong. I think that's a culture and art. Of course, a lot of people learn the cooking at home and find a new recipe. So in the new recipe of art, for sure, you could call maybe the recipe of quarantine. So that become you create a new culture and a new art. So that's what I want to add. Like a food, don't just think, oh, that's a food court. Your mom, your grandma, your home cooking. Do a story of a specific food, how they prepare the food to the food served on the table. Show people. This is a part of every person's history. It's a part of the human history. Or every personal or family culture. It's a part of the global culture. Every single person's art. It's a part of the global art. So, take it.
Yeah. Let me answer one or two more questions. Yeah. Sifun asked, is it about culture and art or the lockdown series? Okay. Art of culture, the 20th June cutoff date is for art of culture. Okay. The lockdown series is 30th June. 10th of July, sorry. Lockdown series is another exhibition. Okay. So we have different category exhibits in the Kuala Lumpur Photography Festival. Yeah. Another question here, Kui Lai, you ask for the photos must all be taken of cultural context in Malaysia. Okay, you are encouraged to do in Malaysia if you have. Okay, if not, anywhere else, it's still good enough. Okay.
Okay.
Of course, we encourage Malaysia.
So I see Terry has another question. How are we going to define whether it's art of cultures or not when we're taking or choosing a picture? So that's a very difficult to answer. You don't need to think. You just kind of spontaneously, unconsciously. I would say this. Do you consider mee goreng or whatever the other Malay fungguang, whatever they call?
The belacan kangkong belacan.
Kangkong belacan or roti canai. Is a roti canai a food?
Roti canai.
Yeah, roti canai. Roti canai is a food, or roti canai is a culture. It's a food. Yeah. Because now politically in Malaysia specifically become a meaning of politics. So how you present it beyond just the object itself, if you could give a meaning to it, that's it.
Yes, exactly.
So become a culture. Then if that become a culture, whatever the subject you present, that's the art. Just it'll be a little bit beyond this object itself. It's different from you go to the restaurant. You say, okay, stop. Let me take a picture before we eat. So that's the picture, not the art of culture. But if you spend time, your grandmother cook, they say, okay, now I want to photograph my grandmother prepare in the kitchen, then serve on the table, then how we enjoy, that could become an art of culture.
Yeah. You know, in Malaysia, hanging out at the mamak stall is our culture. Right? You know the mamak stall, those Indian Muslim stalls where they serve the tea, the teh tarik, and the roti canai, and all those things. This is our culture here. So if you can present it, you know, in a way that's interesting, right? So do not lock yourself into very strict definition. I would say don't lock yourself under very strict definition. Please open up, and a lot of things can be, you interpret it freely. Yeah, that is what a photographer is, right? Oh, Shah, thank you. Shah says there are very interesting topics with Jamason. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, so I want to add another one. So this is about food. I love food. I think of food is a closely reflect the culture. So you're Malaysian. If you ask yourself, when you travel to overseas, what do you miss most in Malaysia? So what do you miss most? That's the culture you want to keep, you want to document. Just like I asked Americans, I said, when you travel to overseas, what do you miss most? American food. They think twice. I don't know, maybe burger. So that's it. If you miss most Malaysia burger, then if in the US, if I went to a Malaysian restaurant, what I want to have? I want to have a laksa. And also sometimes I want to have a Hainan chicken rice for sure. From South Asia, right? Hainan chicken rice. Now, of course, Singapore noodle, even though that's not Singapore. But it's kind of base. So the other reference probably for everyone could think about how the culture or the object become a culture. The Chinese documentary about food called The Taste of China or 舌尖上的中国. So each food cuisine they pick up, they made a story behind it. So the food itself, you go to a restaurant, you order, that's just food. But if story behind it, you bring it up. That's the culture. Then the food itself become art. Right? Everything is art, right? Like a Sun Tzu Bing Fa called Art of War. War is art too. So just think, very broad. It's how you present just beyond an commodity or object. Just like a Apple computer. Why you want to buy Apple computer? It's not just buy a computer. Actually, Apple culture behind it. Why do you want to have a Louis Vuitton? Why do you want to have a Gucci? Why do you want to have a Burberry? So Burberry has a symbol. That's a Burberry culture. When you wear the raincoat with the grits, people think, wow, that's a Burberry. What Burberry means? That's a legacy of British royal family. So all these behind it, it's about culture. So for your photographer, do the commercial work or do the food photography or do whatever, just think of what the culture stand behind it. Then if you find a culture stand behind it, then this subject become art. I'm not quite sure. That's two things.
Yes, you're really opening up the minds of the people, and you know, everyone is starting to think. You know, Malaysia is so rich with the food culture, so everybody is starting thinking. You know, how they should photograph the Ramly burger or the kway teow. Marcus is trying to do char kway teow. Okay. And Sifun is going for the Penang white curry. So, Right.
Right, just Malaysia, I realized first, I didn't realize when I live in Singapore, so the lasa is lasa. Singapore had the lasa, it's curry lasa. Then I went to Malaysia, first time I visit Kim in whatever the north, what is the city? Then he took me for lasa. It's not curry lasa, a little bit sour. I said, wait a second. I thought that's a lasa. No, Malaysia had two different lasas. One's a called lasa, one's a Penang lasa. I thought, oh, okay, lasa has a different. So if you look at this, what's different? What's behind it? So all these become lasa. It's not just the food. Lasa is art, and what is the meaning of art? It's the culture behind it. So
yeah,
it's just example, not
right. Okay, so yeah, we are almost reaching 1.5 hours. I have a little bit more thing to share about updates on the Kuala Lumpur Photography Festival. Okay, let me just take a look somewhere. Yeah, oh, Jidin, thanks for coming. Gives Tan, there's one guy, Tan. Yeah, somebody asked you to say something. Oh, Robert Lee. Okay, nice having you from Indonesia. Okay. Let me go through with the brief the updates on Kuala Lumpur Photography Festival. So every now and then, once we finalize something, we will put up, because this is the first time that we're doing this festival online. There'll be a lot of things that I need to brief you. Okay. So just be reminded, the lockdown series. Okay, you need to submit a minimum 4 up to 8 images. Okay, for this lockdown series. Yeah, we'll open up for submission until 10th of July. Okay, so I will talk about this in next session. Okay, if you want to get some more ideas about the lockdown series, perhaps okay, you catch up with us next session. Okay, and all right, the portfolio exhibition, this one, I really want to encourage our Malaysian photographers. This is especially for you. Okay, because the Kuala Lumpur Photography Festival, we are how to say, exposing this to the international audience. So we hope that you will have a chance to be here, okay, to get in touch with our international audience. Okay, all right, then let us come to this one. Okay, this is what I got quite a number of questions. Okay, a lot of people are asking me, how are we going to do the presentation this year? The Photomania and the Travel Mania presentation. Okay, let me give you a simple guideline. All right, so the presentation, we are going to group you into 3 or 4 people in each session. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit something like this. What I've done with Jamason, we share and we exchange views. Okay, the total presentation time is 1 hour to 1.5 hours lah. Okay, maximum you take 1.5 hours. Okay, all right. For example, PSPJ group, or the what do you call it, MNS group, or GD, your group is the how do I say, the GoPro group. All right, I hope you can get your people, something like 3 people or 4 people, to come in together to do the presentation. The choice of topic is yours. Okay, you choose what you want to talk about for societies. Okay, whereas for other groups, we will sort of coordinate it. Okay, then each of you can share. How much time you want to share is up to you lah. Maybe 20 minutes each person or something like that. To example lah. Then you keep about the last 20 minutes for discussion. Okay. All right. So And this presentation will be live stream, like what we are doing now, live stream on our KLPF Facebook page, right? So the live stream can be conducted from your home if you are comfortable about doing it from your home, or if you want to do it in our studio, you're welcome. We open up our studio for you to come and do your how to say, your live stream. All right. Okay. I hope this is clear. Otherwise, please feel free to drop me a message. Drop me a message. Okay. I will get back to you. Okay. This is for the Kuala Lumpur Photography Festival, the presentation. Okay. Travel Mania, Photo Mania. We will do in groups like this. Okay. All right. Do we have any questions? Elena, it's about photography, not tools. Okay. Yeah, Terence Wong, you have a question, right? Terence Wong, your question is, can we take these photos can we get by phone? Yes, sure. We define we have already given you the size. As long as you fit that size, it is not too, we don't need to be so big pictures, because we are uploading online. Okay. All right. I hope that's about all that we have to share. Kim, do you have any update? Please say something in Chinese for our Chinese audience.
OK，刚才 Jessica 有讲了，就是刚才都是那些展览的部分啦，所以我觉得最主要就是今天我们请陈建中来跟大家分享就是刚才讲的Art of Culture的那个部分，我觉得建中讲得很精彩所以我们想下次还有机会，我们再继续叫他来跟我们讲。所以 OK， 听到啊，建中。OK，
听到。我最后再用中文做个结尾，就是有很多朋友这边问候留言，我没有来得及那个回复。问大家好，这边有很多朋友我很熟，有很多朋友我可能见过面，我不记得名字。其实我是很想念 KL， 但是不知道今年还能不能够飞回亚洲，这是一个大国家，所以希望明年能够在 KL 跟大家见面。但是我是希望这个 culture 这个 contest 可以作为一个你们的 project 的开始，而不是作为这个比赛的结束。
对，
因为这是一个很有意思，特别现在你看全世界的那个趋势，现在我们需要把每一种文化都表现出来，然后我们就可以看到，其实我们在共享的是我们人类的一种共同的一种文明和一种发展。这样的话，我们就可以互相了解。这样我们就不会有更多的仇恨、更多的冲突，这一点很重要。把这个比赛作为你们的 photo project 的开始，不要把它作为你们一个 project 的结束，仅此而已。祝贺大家，而且祝你们那边晚安。我这边现在好像要下雷雨了，我这边现在是早晨9点半，
对，早上9点半
对，非常感谢有这个机会。
Okay, before we end, just I have 2 more questions here. Rachel, she is asking that do we need some explanation? Yeah, you need some caption. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to write in Chinese, please feel free. You can write in Chinese and English. If we have dual bilingual, we'll be very happy. Otherwise, we can help you with a little bit of simple translation for the captions, because we are exhibiting to our international audience, so that should be good. Yeah.
对，你们作品需要做一些图解就是 caption 就是当然把你的想法跟概念写出来，写多写少没有关系啦，我觉得最主要把一些想法写出来就可以了。
对，你一定要有写的东西。你如果去我有一个那个 page， 那个是我教的一个课，就春季学期结束，我18个学生，他们每个人做一个 project， 我让他们每个人写一段很短的话。为什么做这个？然后我把它做一个 Facebook page， 如果你们有兴趣，可以到我的 Facebook page， 你可以看 这样的话，这个 text 怎么样能够跟你的 project 并到一起，有更多的意义。另外，我这边有一个问题，这边的那个 Constant Stew， 他说 from MNS 哪里？什么是 MNS 啊
Malaysian
Nature Society.
哦
Yes, yeah. Yeah, they have been partnering us on the KLPF long time ago.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. That's what we need
very
now.
good partners with the Malaysian Nature Society.
Oh, William, thank you. William, your books are great. Your books are great. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, we also have a suggestion here from Sammy Low. Okay, yes, sure. We welcome whoever they want to do this your live streaming to use our studio. We welcome you. Yeah. Okay.
Hold on. Constance has one question.
Oh.
She asked the series or like a storyline.
It is open. Okay. It can be in individual or you can be in series. But this should be all right because this is because we are doing for many people. We are combining them all together. So I'm afraid if you do in series, it might not how to say stand out. So anyway, you can submit how to say as what you think it is.
Good on. What Terry says, Salamat datang. What does that mean? Salamat datang.
Welcome.
欢迎光临，欢迎到来。
I need to learn. That's a culture.
Yeah.
That's Malaysian. You speak a different language. You can mix them together. That's the culture. The language for you is art.
Yeah. Yeah. Rojak is our culture.
Yeah, that's what I love. I love this kind of a diversity.
Okay. All right. I think I'm so happy we have a good time and I hope you have understood well. All right. Anyway, we don't stop here. Just let us know what you want to hear from us. Okay. Or if any question you want to ask us, just drop us a PM to us. Okay. Not Prime Minister. Just private message to us. We can always answer you. Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you to Jamason. We love you. All right. And thank you, Mr. Kim, for joining us tonight. Okay. Good.
谢谢大家。
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Have a good night, everyone. Hope to see you sometime soon again.
Yeah, we hope to see you soon. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.